What is going on, YouTube? EvansGFX here today with our very first video, and today we're just going to be covering how to cartoonify, if that's even a word, your Minecraft head. Today we're just going to get right into it. First we want to get our Minecraft head, just our Minecraft head. You don't want to get a body, just your Minecraft head. To do that, you can just go to signaturecraft.us, or you can cut out of your skin and be a lame-o and not go through the alternative. But anyway, go to signaturecraft.us and go to create a character avatar. Once that's, you just type in your Minecraft username, and it should be relatively small. You want to just bump that up to 240 by 240. Then you just want to generate it again. Then you should get something like this. Just right click, save image as, yada yada yada. I already have mine here, so we're just going to open that up with Photoshop. Right on in here. Drag that in. So now we have our head in here. We want to go to File, New, and we want to go to 2000 by 2000 pixels. Once we have our actual canvas here, you just want to go over to your head and just copy that in by typing, or by pressing Control A, edit, copy, going over to your canvas, edit, paste. Then you want to press Control T, and just put that in. Now, when you have this, you'll notice that it's just your head, not really much of a border. I'd recommend you add a border. It's relatively easy to do. It's going to be pretty much the same thing that you'll use throughout anything that has to do with this cartoonifying. So as you can see, I click my line tool. As default, it should be rectangle tool, but you can just click that and go down to line tool. So I have this. I'm going to set the weight up to something like 25. And then you just want to press shift so it's straight, and just create a square around your head. Now it may look skinny at first, don't worry about that. We'll fix that probably at the end of the video, or right now if we just want to get into that. Make a little border around your head. You can also download icon templates. I'll leave a template in the description so you guys don't have to do this. It's kind of a hassle. But once you have your shape 1 here, as you can see, it's the whole square. You can just rename that border. Then what you want to do is you want to double click on border. You should get this layer style window appearing. You want to go down to stroke, size, 17. Or you can go higher, like 20. Or 50, 40. That's perfect. So now we have our little border going on here. Now we can start going over our hair. To go over our hair, it's pretty easy. You just want to start off with adding a new layer so it's not within this border, because you don't want that, because we're going to set it to a different size at the end. So you can just go over your hair. You could just go just over it, like around the pixels, but I don't like that. I like to give it a little pizzazz, so to speak. So we're just going to give them some hair. A little bit of hair here. You can check and make sure that's good by just pressing the little eye on the layer. I think it's looking a little bit good. Maybe if I just do this, go back over here. There we go. That's some cool hair. So once you have your hair, you want to compact that into one layer by pressing Shift and going all the way down to shape 1. Don't highlight border. And then press Control E. Now that's compacted into one layer there, we can just add our little shape back, and we can start on our eyes. You want to make sure that this is all connected into one shape, or else when you go to fill it, it's going to escape out through that little hole that you didn't fill it in with, and it's going to make pretty much the whole head the color that you want the eyes to be. So we don't want that. We just want to make sure that that's one shape there. Add that on. For me, if I really have a problem with pretty much OCD when it comes to these heads. So what I like to do is I like to highlight the eye and just combine that into one. Oops, we don't want that. You just want to make sure it's not shape, whatever number with the hair. Just want to go to highlight the eye lines. Haha, eye lines. Okay, no pun intended. Bad puns. Okay. So when you have shape, whatever number you is compacted into 1, we just want to duplicate that by right-clicking and just going to duplicate layer. Okay. Go to your move tool. Just put that on in. Now, this won't always work. You might have to edit the hair a little bit. In my case, I do. So what we're going to do is we're just going to adjust our hair to correspond with the eye placement. You don't have to duplicate the layer. You could just draw it again. But for me, with my OCD problems, pretty much, I have to. It's just a thing. There we go. We got some nice looking hair here. Maybe a little bit shorter is what we want. Just connect that up here. And there we go. We have our eyes. Now, if you want to add a mouth, if your character doesn't have a mouth, you can just you can either just go like this and just add a mouth like this, which is what I do a lot. Or you could draw it with a brush tool. For me, I'm just going to do this. Then you can start adding your eyes. I personally like to do it without the border at this point. But I'm just going to do this. Or I'm going to try middle pupils. I haven't really tried that. Shouldn't look that bad. That's just a little test. Yeah. We're going to just make it look inwards like it is with the skin. So we're just going to go like that. And then right about here, go down. There we go. So now that we have our basic face, we can actually start to fill it in. But before we want to do that, we want to combine, once again, the whole thing together. You want to make sure this is good and you are sure you want to keep it this way, or else once you compact it, you're going to have to edit and step backwards if you want a certain line to be edited. Like, let's say if I wanted the pupils, you would have to go edit and then unpack all those layers, and just it's a pain in the ass. So we're just gonna do all that with shape 26. I think that's good. And then what we want to do is we want to add back our skin, and we want to make sure that it's all good. I think it has a great resemblance of my skin. So I'm actually just going to make it, so we're just going to make it so these rugged edges, as you can see right here, that we did with the line tool. Because you can, if you have a Wacom tablet, you can easily just draw it out with your brush. If you're good at drawing, then there you go, you're done. But we're going to do this with the line tool because the majority of you don't have a Wacom tablet. So we're just going to um, edit it so it looks like that. So right now it looks pretty rugged. You want to make sure that these last changes are going to be good, and you want to make sure they're nice and beautiful. So once again, you just want to double click on your face. You should be back at this layer style window and do the same thing that you did when we were creating the border. So you can just go to stroke. You're going to have to set it to a different size. You can adjust it to your liking, but you want it to the extent where it won't show those rugged edges. Like it will kind of fill them in a little bit more. So I'm going to set it as like this, for example. It's still going to show some of it, but it's not going to show all of it. Like, for example, right here, it was more sharp, but now it's fine. So now that we have our head drawn out here, we can actually start adding the colors in. We can do this by adding our skin back in. Sorry, my mic might have glitched out right there. You want to add our skin back in, and you want to go and get your color sampler, and you want to select your first foreground color, and with your color sampler, you just want to choose wherever the skin is. So for mine, it's right here. So it's going to show me my skin. And then you want to make sure that this is off to make sure that it's actually working. You want to go over to your paint bucket tool. As default, it should be gradient tool. And you can just click on that, go down to paint bucket tool. So just rasterize the image like that. And it should do this. Well, it shouldn't, but it should. If you get something like this, it's relatively easy to fix. You can just go to edit, step backwards. The reason why this is because what you have to do actually is you want to have this border. You want to duplicate the border layer, press OK, and you want to bind that with your face. There we go. Now next time when we go to do that, should do it like normal. Now with the eyes, if it's already white, you can just add a little bit more white in there, just to make sure, which is what I do. So there we go. We got the whites of our eyes. Whatever your eye color is, just color in like it would be with your skin. So I'm just going to add my hair. I'm a bit sick today, guys, so I'm sorry. I want to click the right, let's say about here. Perfect. And now we want to go to our eyes, whatever eye color is. I believe I'm black, yeah. We're just going to do the foreground color is black. That's black. You could add a little reflection by simply going to your shape tool, which can be found as the same one as the line tool, and just go to your ellipse tool. And you want to make sure this is really small and just create a little tiny circle or two, doesn't matter. But you want to fill that in both with white make sure those both are white, and depending whether or not it's good or not, sometimes it will look good, sometimes it won't, depending on how you made your skin. If I'd recommend you connect them like this, so they're like kind of reflection-y that you'd see in anime. But you can just make a little reflection there. So you can do the same exact thing, just I'm just gonna combine the layers and duplicate it. Hold Shift, Control E. and right click, duplicate layer. Alrighty. Perfect. That's pretty much it, guys. You can save this as a PNG file or whatever you want. Set it as your YouTube profile picture or your Skype profile picture. I don't care how you use it. Don't give me credit for showing you, obviously. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. This was my very first video, so if you guys enjoyed this channel, be sure to subscribe now to keep updated as our channel grows. Hope you guys enjoyed this video once again, and I will see you guys in the next video.